welcome back. I wanted to have a chat today about running gear. How intimidating it can be to see everyone in matching sets with the fancy watches, with the cool shoes, and how it can be really off-putting. But I wanted to have an honest conversation about how budget-friendly running actually is. There's no memberships for anything unless you want to have a runner subscription or a Strava subscription, or I'm sure there's many other running app subscriptions, but you don't need them. You don't need anything special. There's no equipment really that you need. And so I just wanted to have a chat about what I had in order to start running and how much I spent in order to get into running, and just be really honest about what it costs to get going, I suppose. So when I first started my 0 to couch to 5k, I was using a pair of shoes that I probably had bought 10 years earlier. They were not in good nick. I'd used them every time I'd exercised over those previous decade, basically. The soles were so worn out, the rubber was literally falling off. But they were shoes I had, and so they were the shoes that I went out and used. And really quickly I realized, okay, my feet are actually hurting. So I'd say that's one thing. If you don't have a pair of running shoes or things with a bit of a cushioning sole, that might be something you need to look at. So I ended up just going online, had a bit of a look for everyday running shoes and saw what came up, looked at the price point, was like, oh my gosh, they're so expensive. But I found these ones. These are the Asics Nova Blasts, and yeah, they're fine, they're good, I like them. They came in a bunch of different colors. Lime green, cheapest one, so we have the lime green. They were on sale from Rebel Sport, which is an Australian based company, but yeah, they've been good, they've been great. It honestly felt like I was running on clouds the first time I put these on and went for a run. I couldn't believe the difference. So something that I would say is a bit of a non-negotiable if you want to get into running is having some shoes that you're happy to put on, lace up, and actually get some miles out of. I also didn't realize that shoes apparently only have a certain number of miles or kilometers that you're meant to use them for. I mean, look, there's so many runners that have like 5 different pairs of shoes for different types of running, types of sessions, all those things. Just one pair. Just one pair is fine to start. It's all I have. And yeah, just a good solid pair for everyday running. That's what I would look for. Okay, so the next part I think is important, definitely for women, is a sports bra. Now, I'm not like hugely endowed in that area, so I don't have to have the really heavy duty supportive kind of bras. I understand that they can get a bit expensive and that you might have to trial a few to find some you like. I would say that places like Cotton On or even like Bonds, they're two mainly Australian brands, have things. So I bought 2 of these sports bras for $40. I rotate them. They're great, they work fine. They're adjustable here. They're not adjustable at the back, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's the next thing I think is important as a woman. So the next bit of kit or gear I'd say is super important is some headphones. You've probably already got some. I know that there are proper running headphones that clip on, and or the ones that don't go in your ear so you can still hear things, and that's great. And maybe one day I will save up and buy those, but for now, any headphones will do. Podcasts and music really keep me going, so they're non-negotiable. Okay, next, if you're in a sunny climate like me in Australia, hat. This is a very plain cotton cap, $5. I ran in this for 2 months before I bought a proper running cap. So I recently got this one. I got it from Rebel Sport, which is an Australian general sports shop, a bit like Decathlon, I think. Cheapest one they had, bright pink, love it. keeps my head cool with these fancy mesh things. Okay, next. So I think this is not necessary. I happen to have one. It's a watch. So this is a Garmin Forerunner 5.5. And this is actually my husband's. I actually bought him this maybe 3 years ago when he was quite into trail running. He's not running so much at the moment. He's doing other kinds of activities, so I am using it. Do you need a watch for running? No. Honestly, just go with your phone. You can use your phone with any running app, or even just not a tracking app at all, just run. It doesn't matter if you're tracking it. Some people use their Apple Watch that they already have on all the time. So yeah, you don't need a watch. I have one because we already had one and it was just sitting there. I charged it up and yeah, synced it to my phone, and that's fine. But don't think that you need one to start running. You definitely don't. Okay, next. So as I said, I live in a really sunny place, which is amazing and I'm very lucky. But the running with the hat wasn't quite enough, and I was getting a really sore eyes from running into, the glare. So I saved up and bought myself a pair of running sunglasses. These are Gooder, I don't know how you say it. Again, they're really reasonably priced because, oh my gosh, some of the running sunglasses I saw were crazy. But basically they're really, really lightweight. They don't fall off. They have an adjustable nose thing, because if I tried to run with my normal sunglasses, they're so heavy that they would just sort of fall down my face. Plus I get so sweaty, so they just slide off. So yeah, these are really good. Happy that I've got them, but not necessary to start with. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to chat about was actual what you're wearing on your body. And this is where I think, it can be a little intimidating when you're seeing people and they have amazing matching sets and they're color coordinated and they look so cute, and I just don't think you need that at all to start running. I have just been using what I've already got in my wardrobe. I bought a couple of new things, but I actually went to the local op shop and just started browsing the activewear section, and you'll be shocked what people are getting rid of. I swear, after a couple of wears. So I feel like that's actually quite a good hack. I got this top, which is super cute. It's fine. It's a t-shirt. I like running in t-shirts. I think it was $5. I also got these fun pink shorts. I got this super cute Puma kind of sports jacket. I thought as the weather cools down here in Australia, it'd be really nice to have something for before and after my runs. So great, that was $8. And then yeah, as I said, we're moving into autumn and winter here, and I found this Nike long sleeved dry fit top for, I think it was $6. So yeah, it's a large, which is fine. Also, I like an oversized fit when I'm running, so it's super comfortable. And yeah, that's going to see me through some chilly winter runs. And then the last thing I'd say about gear or what you're wearing is try and get tights or shorts or whatever you want to be wearing that have pockets. I feel like this really negates any need for a running belt or running vest or any of those things that you see people running with. I don't have either of those. I just use the pockets in my tights. Anything that's going to be able to fit your phone, car key, lip balm, earphone pods. I would say that pockets are sort of your best friend here. Down the track, may I get a running vest or something like that? Maybe if I'm up to half marathon kind of level, or once we get into the marathon training, yeah. But for right now, I'm not running anything crazy, so I don't need gels or water with me when I'm running. Although I probably could fit gels in my running pockets anyway. So yeah, I like the fact that it doesn't, jiggle around. It's not heavy. Keeps everything close and super easy. So to sum up, what you're going to need to start running is some supportive shoes that are for running. You're going to need some headphones Probably already got those. You're going to need a phone. I'd say you've already got that because you're probably watching this on that. You're going to need like a top and some pants. Don't forget the Op Shop. It's got heaps of good budget-friendly stuff. You might need a hat depending on your climate or where you are. And yeah, that's probably it. No gym membership, no special fancy outfits, no specific gear. I really like that about running. I like how democratic it is and how budget friendly it is in this world of super aesthetic, fitness influencers. That I'm not saying anything wrong with that. They're gorgeous and, super inspirational in a lot of ways. But you don't need to look like that, and you don't need to have that budget, and you don't need to be in this elite kind of space to go out your front door and put one foot in front of the other. So yeah, that's my top running gear roundup. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything you think I missed, if there's anything that you really love when you're running, a piece of gear that you think everyone should know about. But yeah, I'll see you in my next video, and don't forget that I'm proud of you.